So when I was 8 years old, I joined a softball team. I had loved sports since I was little. Whether I was playing sports or watching sports, it was truly a passion of mine. So I was 8 years old and I joined the softball league. I was a catcher, and sooner or later I became an all-star catcher. I was just really good at what I did, and I played it for a long time. When I got into middle school, I decided that I wanted to do more than just softball. I wanted to broaden my horizon. I was 5'7" and 160 pounds, one of the tallest girls at my school, so I decided to join the basketball team. They kind of just threw me out there. I didn't know much about basketball. They just said, stand in the middle, don't let anybody in, just block everybody. And I was like, okay, so I would just stand out there and people would come and be like, don't come, I didn't know what to do. So after a while, I started learning how to play. It took me 3 years to really understand, and I couldn't do a layup half the time. I didn't know how to do it. It was really confusing. But when I actually got into high school, I've been playing for 3 years now, so I really enjoyed it and I really loved it. So in high school, I decided to try out for softball and for basketball. So I made the softball team, I made the JV team, and for basketball, I made the fresh soft team. And basketball was like a family. We were always doing things together. We were helping each other. If someone got hurt, they were there to pick us up. Whether we were on court, off the court, we were always together. And softball was just the complete opposite. If you got hurt, people would try to go in and steal your spot. It was all about competition. It wasn't like a family. People would always get mad at each other, yell at each other. And it was just it wasn't something I really enjoyed doing after a while. So the varsity coach for softball came up to me and he asked me that he wanted me to be on the varsity team. He wanted me to be the backup catcher. And I was like, wow, freshman year and I'm going to be on the varsity team, that was amazing to me. And 4 years on varsity, I was super happy. But there was only one condition: I would have to quit the basketball team, which was hard to me because I loved both sports now. I've been playing them for so long that it was something I really enjoyed. So I decided to just stick with JV and stick with fresh soft basketball. So basketball, we won every single game except for one. We lost by 1 point. And for softball, we lost every single game except for one. Because it was all competition. It was no family. We didn't get along. We would fight on the field. It was just horrible. So going into my sophomore year, I decided that I wanted to stick with both sports. So I was approached by the varsity coach for softball again. He wanted me to join the varsity and be the starting catcher. I had to tell him no because he still wanted me to quit basketball. So I ended up quitting softball, knowing that there was no future in softball, that I was going to get nowhere because I was never going to be able to move up to varsity. So I stuck with basketball the whole time. So my sophomore year, my junior year, we did great. We had our ups and downs, but it was a family. We were always there. We were always together. So I was super excited for my varsity year. I was going to be on the varsity team. I was a senior in high school. I was going to be with my family. I was going to have an amazing time. And I got called into the coach's office, and I was super excited. He was going to tell me I was on the varsity team or that I was going to start. And I'd put so much hard work, so much dedication. I had given up so much other things to be on the team. And he called me in and he told me that I was getting kicked off the team. The main reason I was getting kicked off was because of my weight. I was 5'7" and 160 pounds, and I was too fat to be on the team. And I learned something that day, that just because people were going to judge you and kick you off of teams because of your weight, that you shouldn't have to listen to them. So instead of just giving up and doing nothing, I joined a travel ball team. And I was on the travel ball team. We went to Vegas. We won all these games, and it was amazing. I got further in high school. I got straight A's. I joined my culinary. I became the president of my culinary academy, and it was absolutely amazing. And my senior year was absolutely amazing. And just because one person told me that I was going to get nowhere in life because I was too fat didn't bring me down. And I tried harder and I worked harder, and I was able to not listen to him and prove to myself and prove to him and prove to everybody that I could do anything I want to do as long as I put my mind to it. Thank you.